Welcome students, myself NK Thukral from Edupedia World. Today I will be discussing on trade and internal trade. Friends, what is trade? I think everybody knows what is trade. Trade refers to buying and selling of goods and services. And what is the object of that? If buying and selling of goods and services is there in any type of business or trade, what is the aim? Definitely the aim is of earning profits. Without earning profits, nobody sells and buys goods or services. So in trade, buying and selling activities takes place and with the objective, with the motto of earning profits only. The importance of trade has significantly increased in the modern times as new products are being developed every day. And trade helps in making the goods produced available to ultimate consumers or users. Now let me brief you on internal trade. What is internal trade? Internal trade means buying and selling of activities takes place within the boundary of a country. I mean to say, goods produced in a country may be sold within the country or outside the country. When buying and selling of goods services takes place within the geographical boundaries of a country, it is referred to as internal trade. It may take place between buyers and sellers in the same locality, same village or same city, or maybe in a different states, but definitely within the same country. So buying selling activities being taken place within the boundary of country, it will be treated as an internal trade. You see, now let us go ahead with the classification of internal trade. As already I have explained you on trade, let us see how do you classify the trade. As you can see in the slide, trade is broadly divided into two categories: internal trade and external trade. Let me tell you, already I have told you internal trade, buying and selling of goods and services within the geographical boundaries of a country, that will be called as a internal trade, and buying and selling of goods and services between persons or organizations operating in two or more countries, that will be treated as an external trade. So it is as simple as anything, and I think everybody is very clear on trade, internal trade and external trade. Now let us go ahead, students. Let us see what are the types of internal trade. Under internal trade, wholesale trade comes in, retail trades comes in. What is wholesale trade? Wholesale trade refers to buying and selling of goods and services in large quantities for the purpose of resale or intermediate use. The traders who deal in wholesale trade are known as wholesale traders. Wholesalers buy the goods directly from the manufacturer in bulk and sell them in a relative smaller quantities to the large number of retailers. So therefore, they serve as an important link between manufacturers and retailers. And what is retail trade? Retail trade refers to buying of goods and services in a relatively small quantities from wholesalers and selling them to the ultimate consumers. If you are going to a small shops or grocery shops buying the goods, he will be treated as a retail trader. And you minded that retail trade is buying the goods from the wholesalers and selling in small quantities to consumers. So when you are going to a grocery shop, you are going to a retail trader. Now let's see further now. what are the features of wholesale trade? Let us take first of all wholesale trade. As already I told you, wholesale trade refers to buying and selling of goods and services in large quantities for the purpose of resale or intermediate use. And under wholesale trade, features comes like it provides link between the manufacturer and the retailer, as there is usually no direct dealing with the ultimate consumers. Second is that buying or sells in lots. Wholesaler always buys goods in bigger lots and sells in smaller lots. Next feature of wholesale trade is requirement of large capital. You see, wholesaler had to keep the stock of good amount of goods and all variety of goods, so large capital is required. I mean to say large investment is required for the wholesale trader. Another feature is specialization. Wholesaler usually specialize in one particular line of goods, and under specialized product there are further number of other varieties, so he gets the specialization under that. Another feature is margin of profit. The margin of profit is generally low in order to take advantage of high turnover. As you must understand, wholesaler make large investment buying in lots, bigger lots, and selling to the retailers with minimum margin so that turnover may be increased. So margin of profit is generally low in order to take advantage of high turnover. Another feature is wholesaler performs number of functions. What are the functions? Like grading of products, packing into smaller lots, storage and transportation, promotion of goods, collection of market information. So these are the features of wholesale trade. Now let us go ahead and see what are the services of wholesaler. What services are provided by wholesalers to manufacturers. Under wholesale trade, when services are provided by wholesaler to the manufacturer, number one service is large scale production. Wholesaler purchase goods from the manufacturers in bulk quantities, and producers are able to undertake production on a large scale and take advantage of the economies of scale. This is the services provided to the manufacturer. Another service is bearing risk. Wholesaler takes delivery of goods from manufacturers and keep them in their own warehouses. In the process, they bear risk arising out of fall in prices, theft, spoilage, etc., but relieves the manufacturer from such risk. Another service provided is financial assistance. Wholesalers generally purchase goods from manufacturers on cash basis and sometimes even give advance money for bulk orders. In this way, wholesaler provides financial help to the manufacturers also. Another service given by the wholesaler is expertise advice. As the wholesalers are in direct contact with the retailers, they keep informing the manufacturers about the changes in customers' taste and preferences, market conditions, competitive activities, etc. So expertise or expert advice is given by the wholesaler to the manufacturers so that manufacturer should change the things. Another is assistant in marketing. Definitely wholesaler collects order from large number of retailers and supply goods to them, who in turn sells the goods to consumers. As a result, the wholesaler allows the manufacturer to concentrate more on production activity and relieves him from marketing of goods. So marketing is practically done by the wholesalers also. Continuity. The wholesaler purchases the goods from producers as and when they are produced. It helps the manufacturers in maintaining continuity of production activity. Another is storage. The wholesaler takes delivery of goods when these are produced in the factory and store them in his own warehouses. It relieves the manufacturer of the storing problem. So students, we have seen number of services being provided by the wholesalers to the manufacturer. Now let us see further Services provided to retailers by the wholesalers. What type of services is provided by wholesalers to retailers? Number one is availability of goods. The retailer has to maintain stock of large variety of products to meet the demand of his customers. The wholesaler in turn provides the products of various manufacturers to the retailers and saves them from keeping large quantity of each product. Another is support. Support, I mean to say marketing support. The wholesalers undertakes advertisements and other marketing functions to induce customers, to make aware the customers to purchase the goods. Such advertising benefits the retailers is increasing the demand of various new products. Another service is credit facility. Definitely, credit facility is provided by wholesaler to retailers. Wholesalers provide financial help to retailers by selling them goods on credit also. So it enables the retailers to manage their business with a less working capital. Next is specialized knowledge. Wholesaler specializes in a particular line of product and have expert knowledge of the market conditions relating to such products. In turn, they pass on the benefit of their specialized knowledge to the retailers and inform them about new products, their uses, quality, prices, etc. so that retailers should have no problem in selling the goods. Next is risk sharing. Definitely, retailers purchase goods from the wholesalers in smaller quantities and that too on credit. It saves the retailers from assuming risk of spoilage, obsolescence, price and demand fluctuations and other damages. So these are the services provided by wholesaler to retailers. Now students, that's all for today class. As I have covered wholesale trade, services provided by the wholesaler to manufacturers as well as the retailers. So that's all today. Thank you very much.